Fridays is the best day of the week. I always say Fridays is the best day of the week. And Friday has become the best day of the week for me because it gives me an opportunity to go ahead and look back and see how my week went, how things are going, how, I can improve, where I am at. Give me 1 second. I am getting this ready because I'm going to tell you guys the craziness that we are doing starting today. So, hey guys, give me 1 second here. We're going to be live on Instagram. We're going to be live on Facebook. We're live here with my two guests this morning because Friday is the best day of the week. I've been saying that since January, since the moment that I decided to make this year my ultimate year in life. And I want to welcome everyone that is watching us through Instagram. Say hello, 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 through Facebook, through the Facebook groups, and here on StreamYard with my two phenomenal guests. We have Talia Miranda. Hey, Talia, how are you? You can open up your mic. And we also,
Hello.
how you doing, Talia?
Good morning. Good.
Excellent. And then we have Irma, my second generation Irma Rivera. How are you, Irma?
Hi.
So, for everyone that is connecting today, I made myself a commitment that I was going to accelerate come April 1st. And I want to encourage everyone that is watching this now or later on the replay. You know, we're talking about our life, and Fridays is the best day of the week. I always say Fridays is the best day of the week because it gives us an opportunity to take that week and look back and see what did I do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, what worked, what didn't work, and how can it improve. So Fridays at 10 a.m., I have my Lucy's Leaders and Partners Growth Huddle, where we talk only about growth. We talk about growing. We talk about, the things that are working. We talk about the things that are not working. And I also committed, and this is what I want to share with everyone, that April was going to be the beginning of another level of acceleration, the beginning of another level of acceleration. Guys, we're talking about becoming the ultimate person that we can be, becoming that ultimate person, and making this year 2022 the ultimate year. So I even have people on Zoom that are connected with us right now. So good morning to everyone. I want to kick this off by presenting a question. And when I invited Talia and Irma to join me this morning, here in the interview room, I said, hey guys, I want to talk about how do we handle when problems or unexpected challenges arise. But before we kick that off, I want to give Talia a quick 30 seconds to introduce herself, and then Irma will kick it off by introducing themselves. They're two phenomenal, amazing women that are making strides. Talia, introduce yourself to everyone.
Hi, everyone. My name is Thalia Miranda. I am a part of Q International Experts, a broker by EXP Realty. So I'm a real estate agent here in the Lee County area. And yeah, just trying to make a dent in the real estate market and put myself out there and consistently trying to grow and put myself in uncomfortable situations so I
Like
can step
this
outside of
one.
my
This is an
comfort zone.
uncomfortable situation for all of us, but
Yes.
thank you for being a champion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Irma, say hello to the world. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi. Hi, my name is Irma Rivera Gutierrez, and I am a property manager here at QRM. And so I have not been long here with Lucy, but I have learned so many things, and like especially mindset. That's one of the things that I struggle like pretty much my whole life. But it's been 90 days since I've been here, and oh my gosh, it's like sometimes I'm not even recognize myself when I'm thinking or when I talk. So
And that's the
it's been
idea of,
amazing.
thank you so much. So you heard a little bit about from Irma. She's my property manager at the property management company. And Talia, she's a real estate agent with Q International Experts Network, which now has launched internationally, right? Because you've got to live up to your name. We got to live up to the name. But guys, this is for everyone out there that wants to grow and that wants to push themselves. Because here's the thing, it's not just about making the money. There's a lot of people making a lot of money, but they're not wealthy in their health, or they're not wealthy in their relationships, or they're not wealthy on the inside of them, or they're not wealthy in their physical self. There's so much more than just making the money. So I wanted to kick it off by asking this question, because this is what I want to discuss today: is how do you feel right now in your life when you have a problem or a situation that suddenly arises? Talia, kick it off. What are some of the feelings that you get when just when something unexpected happens? How do you feel?
Well, the first initial feeling I always get is a knot in my stomach. I'm like, oof, it grabs me and squeezes me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what did I do wrong? And that's always like the first thought that goes into my head is, what did I do wrong to be in this position? So then I'll always try to take a moment to analyze everything and see, what happened, how we got here. But that initial feeling of my stomach just like turning, that's one of the first feelings I get.
Okay, Irma, kick it off. When something unexpected happens, and I want us to be relatable. I want us to be relatable. I want us to be, just real, because this is not about the fancy pantsy. This is about the real, raw realities that so many people are facing, but not everyone is willing or able. Let me not say willing, let me say able to be transparent and just use themselves as that example so that others can relate. We got to be relatable. So, Irma, tell us, when something happens, that challenge happens, how do you feel? What are those feelings that arise?
Okay, so at first, like Talia say, like it's the knot in the stomach, but for me, a lot of the time it's fear, and that fears like it feels like in my chest, like it feels like something is there, and that is like the first thing that that it comes to mind, like how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to solve this. And I mean, my mind goes 1,000 miles thinking. I'm like, what is the solution and what I need to do, what pieces I need to move. But I
But the
mean,
feeling is
pressure.
pressure in your chest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pressure in your chest and
Mhm.
pressure in your head. And so, why am I talking about this today? Because, guys, we already went through the first quarter of the year, and there's always more. There's always more to our life. And I want to be an advocate. I want to be a woman of impact that literally just, uses my own life as an example, as an epistle for others to say, you know what? If Lucy can do it, I can do it. Because honestly, if I can do it, anybody can do it. But we have to harness, we have to control our emotions. And I remember, and I was sharing this today, and this is what I wanted to share here on this space with you guys. I remember when I used to get a problem and it would literally stop me. It would just stop me. I would stop and I would feel what you guys described, the pressure, the uncertainty in my head. Oh my God, what am I going to do? And then I would start getting down on myself. I would start sabotaging myself because I would start second guessing, if I would have done this, if I would have done that, if I could have done this, if I could have done that. And it was such a hard feeling. And if we're going to grow as leaders and we're going to grow as partners, and growth is not just financial, it's mental growth, it's business growth, is growth in our soul, it's growth in our health, it's growth in our physical self. Then we need to start walking more aware. We have to start walking more aware. What kind comes to mind, Talia, when you hear me talk about how I used to react to, and it was a reaction. My mind would react, my body would react, my heart would react, everything of me would
Mhm.
just react to this situation that I was facing. And it stopped me. It would stop me. It would literally stop me. And then I would start getting down. What thoughts come to mind when I share that with you, Talia?
Well, it's definitely relatable because I feel it. I was feeling it a couple days ago. And, for you to say that you were there. It's a little unbelievable because you're so composed now. So it's truly incredible, just to see that you were there and where you are now, and it's achievable. So
Yes.
that gives me inspiration that, yeah, I'm here right now, but Lucy's there. I can get there as well, like you were saying. So it's incredible.
Thank you, Dalia. And that's the most important thing. So hello to everybody that's watching on Instagram. Just if you just joined us, I want you to know that I've totally gone crazy and pushed myself over the top, especially because I want to inspire and I want to motivate. And most of all, I want to be relatable. Like Dalia was saying, guys, if I can do whatever it is I've done in the last 20 plus years, anybody can do it, but it's a process. And so definitely I want to be real, raw, but I also want to be relatable. There's so many people on social media that you can't relate to because they are not really vulnerable. They're not really opening up and saying, "Hey, look, this is how I used to be." So today we're talking about how do we handle or what happens, what do we feel when faced with a challenge or a problem? And I was sharing that when I used to confront a problem or just something that I wasn't expecting, or when someone would leave me. I've been in the real estate arena for 20 plus years, and people come and go. And when somebody would leave, oh my God, that was like they ripped a piece of me. They ripped off a piece of my heart and me. And then I would start getting down on myself. I would start getting, second guessing myself. I would start feeling bad. That's why a lot of people don't work with teams or don't work with, they're solopreneurs, which is not bad, but it's because they're like, I don't want to go through this because it's hard. It's hard going through that. But Irma, what do you get out of me sharing that? Hey, when I used to have a problem, I would react, I would stop, I would start thinking about the problem over and over and over and over. I would start second guessing myself. What comes to your mind?
I mean, that's how I feel now. Like we all, like, it's like I have that reaction that, everything, like you don't know like what to control. And I mean, it's nice to hear from you that you used to be where we are, where I am, and I mean, there's hope that I can, I can
Yes.
grow.
Oh,
Yes,
incredible.
I
that
love
I can grow and I can become as strong as you are.
it.
Yeah.
Don't say I'm too strong, but the truth is that, and this is exactly where I know. See, when I get these moments where Talia is saying, "Oh my God, Lucy, if you're telling me that you were where I'm at, or that you used to feel what I feel, then it gives me hope." When you hear, someone like Irma say, you know, that's exactly where I'm at. So, I'm happy to know that Lucy, you've been able to overcome these feelings or control these feelings, because then that also gives me hope. And that's the relatable part of leaders. People are looking for leaders that are relatable. People are looking for leaders that are relatable. Let me say that again. I'm always looking for leaders that are relatable. I'm looking for leaders at a higher level that I can relate to. Like, don't just tell me the good and the triumphant side. Tell me the bad and the ugly, right? So here's what I know now. Here's what I know now. Why do we why do we react when there's problems? Why do we have the feeling of the pressure on my chest and the headache and those feelings of, like, Talia, what were some of the feelings you were sharing?
The knot in the stomach.
The knot in the stomach. I know. In reality, guys, and I remember when I went to New York in 2000 and let's see, when was this? Probably 2016. I met with an investor there, and he was an Orthodox Jew and very, very wealthy investor there. And we were having a conversation. And here's one thing that he said to me. And when he said this to me, it was a little awakening. When we're waking up in the morning, like we wake up little by little, we start coming out of unconsciousness. This is what I'm hoping that everyone that watches this now, later, whenever, you start asking yourself questions that start bringing you out of unconsciousness, because we do a lot of things out of unconsciousness, and we can't grow being unconscious. He said to me, Lucy, because I asked him, I said, oh my God, you must not sleep. How do you handle having all these huge investments and the problems and all that stuff? And you must not sleep. You must be stressed out all the time. He goes, nope, I don't stress. I say, come on, you have to stress. You have to stress, because if you have, multi-million dollar 40 plus apartment buildings in the city of New York, and you're trying to put these deals together, what happens when they don't come together? What happens when you go through financial difficulties? What happens when the unexpected happens? He goes, Lucy, I'm going to teach you something, and I hope you never forget this. So I paid attention. Like, I like learning. I really like learning, because I want to grow. I want to be the best that I can be, right? He said, every problem you face in your life, listen to me now, whether you watch this now, watch this later, whether you're on Instagram or you're on Facebook, you're on one of the groups, every problem, and this is so important for each of you, that my guests that are here today, every problem already has a solution. There is no problem that exists that does not already have the solution. And that was the very first time I heard that. So, what do you think about that, Talia? What do you think about that, Irma? When I tell you what this great investor told me, every problem we can face already has a solution. He said, the only thing you need to focus on is the opportunity that that problem is giving you to find its solution. Have you ever heard that like that before?
No.
Every problem has a solution. It's the problem that is giving you the opportunity to go find that solution. And when he said that, it stuck with me. So, what comes to mind? When you guys hear me share this nugget of wisdom, because it's actually wisdom, and for everyone watching, I mean, think about it. Every problem has a solution. There is no problem under the sun that does not have a solution. Irma, we'll kick it off with you.
Okay.
This
So
is
when, well, now that you said it and you put it like that, when something comes, but I think our first reaction is just to go, like, the mind just go crazy, and that fear that comes because of, like, if I don't fix this, what's gonna happen? Like, if I don't do this, what is going to happen?
right.
But, like, if we put all of ourselves together and our thoughts together, so that, we do have the opportunity to find, like you said, if we focus on that problem and see and find the solution there, then
Mhm.
we
Yep.
can get together and just, find the
You
solution.
redirect, you
Yes,
redirect your energy. You
yes.
redirect
Yes.
your power. You redirect the power you have inside, because every problem already has a solution. Life is giving us an opportunity to go find that solution and to solve the problem. Talia, what comes to your mind when you hear me share that
I
nugget?
wrote that down and I circled opportunity because that word is powerful in itself, because we don't think of a problem as an opportunity the initial, when we're initially there. So if you just say that word to yourself, or say that line, that sentence that you said, once it happens, I think a little switch in your mind, it'll flip the switch, and then you can work on finding that solution, that opportunity. That's amazing right there.
Yes. So what happens is that I now realize, looking back, so I'm going to have a little vulnerable moment. This is a little vulnerable moment of Lucy Quinones, because at the end of the day, when we get out of our ego, which is fed by fear, and pride, which is also fed by fear. Think about it. Have you ever met somebody that is prideful? That's really fear disguised as pride. When we're in our ego, which is really fear-based, and it's something that we all have. We just need to, disseminate that ego, because life is really not about us. Think about it. Is life really about us? So when you get out of your ego, you start thinking about, so how can I be a person of impact? What can I do? So I'm going to have a little vulnerable moment. And I remember back in the day, I started in real estate 20 plus years ago. I was fortunate enough, as many of you may or may not know, to have found an amazing broker that literally took me by the hand. And for 20 years, this human being gave me all his 40 years of knowledge. And I literally became a student for 20 years, right? I literally became his student. And the time came where he literally looked at me and he said, who would have thought? Who would have thought that that insecure, unknowledgeable little girl that showed up at my office wanting to get into real estate was going to turn out to, know more than me. Like, I'm coming to you to tell me how do we run the company. And I stuck with him till the end, which I'm very grateful that I did. But he would tell me, you need to mature. And I would be, what do you mean I need to mature? I'm mature. What are you talking about? I'm a grown woman. I'm mature. Guys, now that I am in this space, now that I am in this place, I recognize that when we react to our problems, when we react and we get that knot in our stomach and we get that heaviness in our heart and we get that turmoil in our head. Now, you're still going to feel the same things, because I'm not telling you you're not going to feel the sinking feeling, the pressure, the stomach turning, the uncertainty. But now emotional maturity will kick in. Emotional maturity will kick in. So if you're hearing me and you're watching here on Instagram or on Facebook, I want you to declare emotional maturity. We need to be people that are seeking emotional maturity. Because here's the other thing that I learned. So yes, I'm letting everybody know I was very emotionally immature, you know, but how do we know what we don't know? How do you know what you don't know? Right? So the idea is that as we confront the problems with a different mindset, with a different soul set, with a different heart set, right? Because I'm listening and I'm learning from a mentor right now that talks about, people only talk about mindset, but what happens to the heart set? We make decisions with our heart. What happens to our soul set, right? Where the emotions are, the feelings, the will, the emotions are in our soul. What happens to our health set, right? Our health. Because if we're not feeling good, we're not going to act good. So it's more than just a mindset. So it's emotional. They call it emotional intelligence as well. I call it emotional maturity. So now what happens, because I look at every challenge and I look at every difficulty with, this is an opportunity for something better. Okay, so Talia and Irma, listen to me. Everything that happens to you. Oh, and there's something powerful that I heard when I was doing my meditation this morning. And I want everybody to just write this down in the chat so you can declare it. Write it down in the chat. No problem happens by accident. I was like, oh my goodness. No problem happens by accident. Isn't that amazing? Give me some hearts if you like this on Instagram here, and give me some hearts if you like this on Facebook. No problem happens by accident. There is no problem, there is no challenge that happens by accident. And I was like, wow. Every challenge and every problem is an opportunity to show you where you need to grow or show you how much you've grown. I loved it. I was like, wow. Oh my goodness, there's still so much more to learn. There's so much more for us to grow. There's so much more for us to learn. But for me, because I made a commitment to want to be a woman of impact, I needed to get out of my comfort zone and stop being the best kept secret, right? Because I kept myself a secret because I felt inappropriate. I felt insecure. I felt, not confident enough. I didn't feel like I had it all together. I was getting ready to get ready to get ready. And I was like, you know what? If not now, when? So give me your thoughts, Talia and Irma, when I tell you that no problem you will ever face is um, is a surprise. Every problem is not an accident. It doesn't happen by accident. No problem that you will ever face will be an accident. It has a purpose to either show you where you need to grow or show you how much you've grown. What comes to mind, Talia?
I can tell you what I feel
Uh-huh.
when you say that. I feel a sense of like relief, like I'm like, shoot, okay,
Yeah,
everything
definitely.
does happen for a reason, and it's important to take time and take time away from the noise of the world to really think about that. That's important, and tap into your self awareness because, like you said, you have to walk around more aware.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Irma, give us your input. I like the fact that you said, I want you to, and stay in that space. I mean, every answer that we need is inside of us. You said, Lucy, when I hear you say that no problem is an accident, I feel, what did you say again?
Relief, like
Relief, like,
some, yes.
you know what? Because now you put yourself in control. You
Yeah.
put yourself in control. All these other feelings is because we think we're out of control. No, we're not. No, we are not. That is a lie from the pit of hell, my sisters, my friends, my brothers. That is a lie
Preach.
from the pit of hell. Yes, can I get an amen in the chat?
Amen.
That is a lie. That is a lie. We're not out of control. We are in control. We have the authority. We have the dominion. We have the power. Whatever we need to do is on the inside of us. Irma, tell me.
Yeah, what Dalia said, self awareness. If we just knew, because most of the time we don't know, we only focus on the problem and not on the opportunity to grow.
Yes.
So, we just balance to one side, and then so it's everything, it's like, we only think of the problem, that it's bringing to us, and we don't think about the opportunity that that problem, it's bringing us, so that we can grow, and um, and we can learn from that. So,
Right.
but now, just thinking about it,
Mhm.
and knowing that that problem it does have a solution,
Yes.
then everything changes. And
Yes.
you said, yeah, it will still have the same feelings,
Right.
but now you are aware
Yes.
there is an opportunity for us to learn, and so everything, it changed the game.
It
So
changes the game. Yes, yes. So these two people here, these two amazing women that are hungry for growth, and I've been talking about this since January. I'm saying, I want to surround myself with hungry lions, lionesses. Where are my hungry lions? Where are my hungry lionesses that want to not just, you know, eat, but are willing to go hunt? You know, every day I was in a class. I was teaching a coaching session. I do coaching sessions Wednesday nights at 8:30 at night for all the agents in Colombia. For those of you that have heard, I went international. I now have about 30 agents in Colombia, and they're growing into other countries, and I'm still here holding down the fort with my troop, right, my tribe. um, but exactly what you guys are saying is what I want everybody to get. I want to surround myself with hungry lions, with hungry lionesses that are hungry to learn, that are willing to go out and hunt for those answers of life, hunt for the better opportunities of life, hunt for the solutions that we need to bring to our own family, to our own inner self. All of us have issues. We all have issues, my people. We all have issues. There is no perfect life, but it is those issues, those problems, those situations, those circumstances Let me turn off. That's telling me I have to eat. Those issues, those problems, those circumstances that now we need to look at them as this is not an accident. Like this problem, this issue, this problem is not an accident. It's an opportunity for me to find a solution. B, I got this. I'm not out of control. I am in control. I can do all things. I can do all things through the power that's in me that is greater than the power that is trying to confront me, right? I got this. I got this. And number three, this is going to show me the area that I need to grow. So if you are a person that is emotionally unstable, like I used to be, like I used to be, then you need to grow in that area. That situation, that problem, that circumstance is giving you the opportunity. Go hunt for that solution. Go hunt for that solution. Go hunt for that problem, for that solution to that problem. Go hunt for it. It's out there. Go find it. Go get it. And then, like Talia says, you don't feel, you feel that release like, okay, I got this. I got this. Life is giving me an opportunity. And this is what I wanted to share with everyone on this Friday Leaders Huddle, Growth Huddle. It's not just about growing in our business. What good is it if we close 50 transactions a year, 500 transactions a year, 5,000 transactions a year if we've got issues in our personal life, our emotional life, our health life, our financial life, our marital life, our relational life, that we're still feeling out of control? There's no issue in our life that is an accident. It's all happening precisely and perfectly the way it has to happen for you to find that genius and grow from the inside out. We must grow from the inside out. Everything I heard this morning, my mentor say in the podcast I was listening to, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. I love this part for Dalia and Irma because they're now like in this internship with me, right? You are exactly where you need to be right now to learn the things you need to learn to move you forward. So let me tell you what the power behind that statement. If you are in a place that is not conducive to where you need to go, then that's also the place you need to be to wake up, come out of unconsciousness, recognize and realize I need to make some changes. I need to get up. I need to get up and go. I need to get up and go because if I continue on this path, this habitual pattern, because we have habits, I'm not going to grow. But today, I wanted to share with you guys about this emotional maturity that I feel now when I'm confronted with a situation, when I'm confronted with a challenge. Give me your closing thoughts, Talia, and then give me your closing thoughts, Irma, in 30 seconds or less. What's going through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, you just continue to sprinkle some of that, wisdom into us all the time. So it's incredible to hear all of this and to know that there's always room to grow. Even you saying that you've been in the industry for 20 plus years and you're still learning and growing, it's inspiring. And I look forward to the day where I'm at your point and I'm emotionally mature. So I
Yes.
know I'm working towards that. So I'm excited to be by your side through it.
Oh, thank you so much. Irma, give me your thoughts in 30 seconds or less. What do you want everybody? Listen, there's people hearing you guys that is getting inspired. There's people hearing you guys that are getting motivated. There's people hearing you guys that are saying, man, that's how I feel. That's the power behind sharing our story. Tell me, Irma.
Yeah, so I think for me is that self-awareness. I think I'm thinking right now like I'm going to put sticky notes all over and everywhere, like in my house, in my car, so that I want to be aware of the things that that I do and the things, the problems that comes to me. So it's just an opportunity for me.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much for your vulnerability. And you know what? Here's what I want to say to everybody that's watching this right now on Facebook, on the groups, on Instagram, on Zoom. there is an ultimate life waiting for all of us. There is an ultimate life waiting for us. Like there is a destiny that has our name, our handprint, our footprint on it. And many times, if you're like me, we self sabotage. We self sabotage out of ego. We self sabotage out of pride. We self sabotage out of fear. We self sabotage out of just repeating the habitual um, patterns. Maybe we were programmed by life, by situations, by our parents, by whatever it is, the wrong way. But there comes a moment where we have to make a decision to wake up like we wake up every morning and come out of unconsciousness. And because I love the fact that our story has power in it, just like Talia, who's, she is like, she is a rookie in the business, but she's hungry. She's hungry. And Talia, by the way, you're looking for team partners, right? To come and join
Yes.
you in your business. So reach out to Talia and say, listen, I want to learn more about what you're doing. I want to work with you. I want to play with you. I want to join your tribe because Talia is an amazing leader. I see a lot of myself in Talia. It's crazy. I'm
Wow.
like, you're like a little me when I first started, right? And then Irma, who is a woman that has been in the industry for several years, but she is coming out. She's like the Diana Ross. I'm coming out. And I just want everybody to know that how many other Talias are out there? How many other Irmas are out there? And it could be male or female. This has nothing to do with women or men. Everybody, this is a human thing. Um, what is Talia's contact information? I'd love to connect with her. I'm being asked on Instagram.
Awesome. I'll go ahead and I'll put my information on the Instagram comment.
She's going to put her information on the Instagram comment. So if you are in real estate and you want to surround yourself with hungry lions, reach out to Talia. Talia is one of my mentees. If you are wanting to learn about property management, reach out to Irma. I will also have her put her information in the comments because property management is a whole different ball game. But guys, even if you're just a leader out there and you want to join our conversation on Fridays, come and inspire someone. It's time for us to be selfless. Why do you think I'm pulling back the curtain? Why do you think I'm pushing myself beyond my limits and just, you know, getting out of the comfort zone? Because I know that if I want to make an impact with the knowledge, the trajectory, the experience that I've had in 20 plus years, it's not going to happen by accident. I have to make it happen. So come and be one of my guests on StreamYard in our interview room. And thank you so much, Irma, for being an inspiration. Thank you so much, Talia, for being
Thank
an
you.
inspiration, for daring to
Yes. Can I touch on that?
yes,
I don't know who needs to hear this, but don't shy away from any opportunities that might be different from what you've ever experienced. I mean, we didn't know that we were going to be doing this today, but we did it, and I'm happy that we did. So don't shy away. You never know what you can discover about yourself and what you're capable of doing.
yes, absolutely. Say it again. Say it louder for the people in the back of the room.
Don't shy away from opportunities, okay? If it's something different that you've never experienced before, go ahead and do it. You'll be surprised on what you can discover about yourself and your ability to do something out of the norm. Don't
I
shy away.
I love that. You heard it straight from a rookie's mouth, someone that is growing by leaps and bounds, someone that is wanting to move forward, and she's coming on this journey with me. If you're out there, you want to come on this journey with me, this is not for the weak at heart. I play real, raw, and relevant. And we all get scuffed up. We all get, scratched up. We all have wounds. Let me tell you, when you're a warrior, your wounds are your badge of honor. When you're a lioness or a lion, listen, there's times when you got to get out there and fight. And I'm not saying fight with other people. I'm saying fight with yourself, fight with your circumstances, fight with your situations and get out of your own way. So yes, this morning I pushed myself beyond my limits and they were daring enough to join me. So come and join us every Friday. I am committed and they're my accountability partners, right? You guys are my
Yes.
accountability partners. I
Yes.
said, do not let me not do a Friday. You have my permission to hold me accountable. You have my permission to hold my feet to the fire. Every Friday at 10 a.m., we're going to be doing this because someone out there, like Talia says, needs to hear what Irma said, needs to hear what Talia said, or needs to hear what I said. So, guys, make it an awesome day. We'll see you next Friday, 10 a.m.